In this video, I'll wild camp in another breathtaking location. I cycle with the largest antelope in the world, and I discover more pristine beauty. Hello my friends, I am Marius de Prier, aka the Unhurried Bikepacker. Welcome to my channel. This is part 3 of my bikepacking adventure, cycling the southernmost tip of Africa. I started the day at the Hoop Lagoon. En route, I had to take an unexpected detour, which resulted in one of the highlights of the tour, and ended the day at Valkrans, another breathtaking location. Good morning. Having a lazy morning this morning. I need to get up now, pack up camp. I'm probably not going to have breakfast this morning. I found a shortcut to my next destination, which is a hiking / mountain biking trail that follows through the Hoop Nature Reserve to my next destination, which makes it a very, very short day, probably less than 30 kilometers. The only issue is I need to find water before I can embark on that, because obviously there's no water or food along that route. So if I do find water, I'll take that route. If I can't find water, I'll have to take the longer route, which is about 42 kilometers, which will take me back to the road I was on yesterday. There's a petrol station on that route where I can probably then get water. I'm hoping to take the mountain bike trail through the Dunoon Reserve rather than to take the longer route, just because it will obviously be more scenic through here. Right, all packed up. I had a very good sleep under my tree and ready to take on the day. It's going to be a headwind, but it's nice and overcast, so it should be a fairly cool day. Right, the kind people here at the Hoop Rest Camp sorted me out with water. Shortly after entering the scenic route, I came across some people removing invasive plant species from the area. They advised me to take alternate route, since my planned route apparently included about a 2 kilometer or 1.5 miles of thick loose sand, which they reckoned would have been impossible to ride with my heavy bike. This map indicates the start of that detour, the end of the detour, and the original route. As I climbed out of an embankment which looked like a dry riverbed, I encountered one of the highlights of the tour. The Hoop plays a vital role in conserving rare and endemic wildlife. This is Bontebok. The reserve is home to the largest population in the world of this endemic Bontebok antelope. These are eland. The eland is the largest antelope in the world. They stand about 1.8 meters or 6 feet tall at shoulder height. Large males can weigh up to 900 kilograms or 2,000 pounds. Despite their heavy build, they are incredible jumpers. From a standing start, the eland can jump over a fence or obstacle of up to 2.5 to 3 meters, 8 to 10 feet high. Eland has a highly organized social structure for their young, similar to a day creche system. After weaning, calves don't just hang out with their mothers. Instead, they form nursery groups like an animal creche. Calves in these groups bond more closely with each other than with their own parents. They play, groom, and sleep together in tight units. eland has a distinct large fold of skin hanging from the neck, which helps to radiate heat and regulate their body temperature in the soaring African sun. The eland holds a sacred place in the history of southern Africa. It is the most frequently depicted animal in the San Bushman rock art. To the San people, the eland was a sort of supernatural potency, often featuring centrally in their trance dances and creation myths. The Whoop also maintains a healthy, protected population of endangered Cape Mountain zebra. The Potbach Mountain section of the reserve is home to the only remaining breeding colony of the rare Cape vulture. It is hard to believe that the plains in this region were historically so rich in wildlife that conservationists often refer to it as the Serengeti of the Western Cape. The Whoop is playing a pivotal role in reintroducing these large mammal species that were wiped out between 150 and 200 years ago. This is a perfect example of how the eland calves stick together in their organized daycare system, supervised by a few adult females. The camera does not give a true reflection of how rough this terrain was. My front fork also lost a bit of pressure, and the new connector I purchased to attach to my hand pump did not work. The pump did not produce enough pressure. As a result, the weight of the front fork caused the wheel to scrape on the mudguard. Everything on the bike was shaking, and I was concerned about the pressure that this was putting on my back pannier rack. This, however, forced me to slow down and soak in the pristine beauty of this area. My detour unexpectedly led me to the Bites Beach Cafe, the only restaurant in the De Hoop Nature Reserve. During calving season, July to October, Bites offers a ringside seat for land-based whale watching when the southern right whale migrates to these waters. Since I did not have breakfast, I stopped for brunch. Along with the spectacular view, I had one of the best burgers of my life. My goal is to raise 120,000 Rand, or about $7,000 per year, for a birthday fund for the children of the Herberg Children's Home. For those of you who have the ability to contribute financially, you can donate directly to the children's birthday fund on my Backer Buddy page, Suffer for Joy. These funds will go directly into the bank account of the Herberg Children's Home. You can also support me personally by going to my Buy Me a Coffee page, The Unhurried Bikepacker. These funds will go towards subsidizing my adventures. I will leave links to both these pages in the comments below. Thank you very much to anyone who has made contributions to date. Today is hike a bike day. Some of these sandy and rocky patches, it's just impossible to ride with a heavy bike. So every now and then I just need to get off and push. But we're making progress. We're getting there and it's all worth it. It's a fantastic area to ride in. I'm getting better at riding the sand. Fortunately, it's only another 20 kilometers of this. I'm starting to rather enjoy this. Much better than boring flat road with nothing to look at. This is quite thick sand, so impossible to ride and quite hard to push as well. You have to take small steps because of the panniers at the back, so you can't get in a big stride, otherwise your heels hit against the panniers. I did the Cederberg Mountains a couple of months ago on a tour, and on the other side of Glen William there was a 19-kilometer climb. This is starting to feel like that. It is hard work pedaling through the sand and the rocks. I'm in granny gear for most of the day and it's still hard work, but I'm enjoying it. Some more hiker bike. The moment you go off the tracks of the vehicles, your wheels get to a full stop in the loose sand and you lose all momentum, and it becomes easier to walk than to struggle through this trying to ride it. So it takes less energy walking it than it does trying to balance and ride it. So this sign says Valkrans long, straight, or Valkrans short, turn right. Obviously I'm going to go straight. Valkrans is where I'm going to sleep tonight. Obviously 12 krans long is a road less travelled, so it's a bit more overgrown than the rest of it. So along with the rocks and the sand, I'm now doing bunda bashing as well. Right, that's the end of the bunda bashing. An hiker bike. In front of me is the service road that runs to Valkrans, where they service the hiker hut for the people doing the hikes along the coastline. So I'm going to follow the service road. Hello. So with all that riding today, this is what I came for. Unbelievable. This is definitely worth it. Wow, it's spectacular. This cave is probably about 30 meters from the edge of the cliff. And you can hear the water, the waves crashing against the rocks at the bottom. Alright, I've settled in for the evening. I'm busy boiling some water for my coffee and for dinner. What a view from a kitchen. Many people will die for a view like this. So there's a possibility of rain tonight. So I've set up my full camping arrangement with my tent under my top. So the setup allows me to Put my bicycle under the top, therefore keeping everything dry, and also allows me to get out of the tent into a dry zone, especially if I need to get up during the night when it's going to rain. Supper's on the stove. It's egg noodles with chili soya beans, with curry, and beef cuppa soup, and a healthy dollop of peanut butter. So just reflecting on the day, it was about a 3.5 hour ride to do 30 kilometers. That excludes the hiker bike sections, but it was one of the most enjoyable days I had on a mountain bike. It was just fantastic riding in the nature, and what a joy to end up with it at a place like this tonight. Life is good. I'm just reflecting on the day and the journey, the trip so far. Quite often we watch these bikepacking videos and we're in awe of these guys with the distances they traveling around Africa and Europe and South America, covering huge distances. Sometimes you just need to slow down. I've hardly covered 300 kilometers in the last 5 days, but I think the beauty that I've discovered this week, I've never realized how amazing this coastline of ours is. Sometimes we just need to slow down in order to discover the beauty in life. Just look at these incredible rock formations. Please support this channel by subscribing below, click on the like button, leave a comment, watch my other videos, and forward this video to 5 other people. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in my next adventure.